then he beat the crap out of every single one.
Excuse me, sir. I've been working for a while. Could I please use the bathroom?
Never!
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and some huge news actually came out the other day, and now a lot of conflict is happening in between EA, Respawn, and a lot of other players enjoying the game. So we're gonna go over that and why it's actually led to a canceled event. We're also gonna give out 45 bucks. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe, but get ready because this story gets a little bit wild. So something a lot of players, myself included, were looking forward to was that ALGS skin store that had a bunch of unique skins that we had seen in the game before, but they were all modeled after real life orgs. Hypermiss had shown it to us a million times. And overall, it just would have been a really good way to celebrate the pro community that has been playing in the game for about 4 years. But sadly, as most of us know, and I have covered this before, it doesn't look like this event is ever going to actually come into the game of Apex Legends. And it looks like we actually have official statements from pro players and organizations on why this happened. You may have heard of a pro player called I'm Madness, and he actually made a twit longer just the other day, and he made some really large claims that were kind of shocking, such as the fact that there was another player at the ALGS LAN in London who was actually hanging out with a direct employee working with EA and Respawn, and that the Respawn higher up stated, why would we share 50% of the profits with organizations when we could put out our own skins in the game and make 100%? And honestly, that is 100% true. Respawn's prerogative should be to make as much money as possible. However, it really highlights a very greedy factor within the company. This was actually further clarified by the fact that EA offered orgs around $60,000 according to I'm Madness, and originally EA and Respawn had actually promised profit sharing when introducing the skin idea many months ago, but then actually pulled back on that, and we've seen that before with the Lulu Lovely 301 scandal, and also another pro player, Tech, stated the exact same number figure amount of $60,000, and Jake Lucky had also chimed in the past about how the orgs were offered a very low offer, but no rev share whatsoever. Madness also claimed that Team Liquid, G2, and Invictus and Space Station Gaming all took the opportunity of being led on by Respawn and left the scene. Now this is where things get a little bit crazy, because after that article, Xset Nocturnal, who is a former member of Team Liquid, said, stop speaking on behalf of orgs that you clearly have no idea what actually happened. It's getting old. None of the orgs you listed left because of this change. But then out of nowhere, one of the senior presidents for Team Liquid said the lack of revenue sharing with teams and the lack of even a path to revenue sharing is exactly why we left Apex. This is the first time we actually have confirmation that the reason that all these competitive orgs are leaving Apex Legends is because there is no money to be made in the sport, because EA, like Madness had priorly said, wants to keep 100% of the revenue, even if it's other team logos on the skin. Now we've had ALGS stores before. We had the ALGS Championship sale, which didn't feature any unique skins based off of orgs. They were just regular skins, and a certain percentage would go to the Apex Legends Championship tournament as a prize pool, which one I'm not even gonna get too much into. I really think that Apex Legends should just pay for the prize pool up front. They make enough money. Why they have to take our money as players to pay the pro players of tournament winning is just kind of weird. But then to further clarify, Madness actually went in and said they increased the prize pool by selling these skins by $1.6 million. But Respawn at the same time kept 80% of the sale profits, meaning that they made about $8 million. So they made $8 million and crowdfunded us as players to pay $1.6 million when they could have just have done that from the start, or given the $8 million that they earned to the players. And it's kind of sad to see, because this is a very unique Apex Legends being owned by Respawn/EA and problem, because when you actually look at other games, like for instance, even Warzone 2 has an entire store based off the pro teams where they get a cut of the revenue. Even failing games that died off so hard like Halo Infinite has their own team store with a lot of logos such as Cloud9 and Space Station Gaming and even G2, who have all left the Apex scene but still stay in a struggling Halo one, because at least it has some type of revenue so they can pay the players. The other issue is when you take these skins that were very unique that a lot of players wanted from the ALGS event and you decide to scrap it because you're not willing to revenue share, we get events like the Imperial Guard Collection event coming up on March 7th. And while a lot of people are excited about the Wraith Heirloom, 90% of the skins in this store are recolors. So you can keep 100% of the profits and not split anything with anyone else, but you're also kind of shafting the player base, who at this point is kind of tired of recolors. EA is really worried about keeping 100% of the revenue from collection events. Then just put this as a permanent store on the side, and if people buy it, give some money to the organizations. You don't have to do a special collection event and worry about splitting your profit. Just have a separate store tab. Respawn and EA just seem to be so behind the ball when it comes to not only the esports, but all those other games I mentioned in terms of cross progression basically have it. They all have a next gen update, and it feels like the company is actually trying to see the long-term growth of their franchise. Whereas Apex Legends, mainly due to the fact that I think they're owned by EA, is more focused on just getting as much money as quickly as possible. Let me know down below, how do you feel that EA and Respawn are handling the management of this game from a higher level? And do you think that the pro players actually have a very solid point? And until next time, Legends, keep slaying the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.